about some funny work fails, Joe? Oh, he hit the wrong button. That's okay. There we go. Still my favorite bump that you do, Joe. That little sound at the end, that just makes me happy. All right, so we have some fun with these. If you've got a funny work fail, something you've done or you've heard about or one of your friends did or colleagues did, send it in to ask@kencoleman.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram at Ken Coleman on Instagram. So we like to have fun with these, and these are real stories of people doing embarrassing things or witnessing embarrassing things in the workplace. So here we go. By the way, we remove the names from all of these, even though we pull these. So these are all, we'll call these all anonymous, okay? So one person writes in, I used the company car, which happens to be wrapped in the advertisement stuff with the company's name in plain sight. A lady cut me off at traffic. So I sped up, nearly sideswiped her, then I flipped her off, forgetting for a moment that I was in the company car. Later that day, the lady called and complained. Of course she did. I was lucky enough to be the one that answered the phone. What a stroke of good fortune. I assured her that this would be taken care of. How about that? Okay, you want to talk about a moment where you go out and you thank God. You go, hey, God, thank you. I've probably not been a good person. I really owe you on this one, big time. How about that? And wouldn't you have loved to know what that phone call was like? Because if that's me, I really pour it on. Well, I'm going to tell you something. That person will be reprimanded by the end of the day. I mean, I'm just going all in. Wow. Talk about heart rate. Up, down. Whoo, I need a massage after that one. Wow. Okay, here we go. This is called Rough Landing. I worked in a job where I installed DirecTV satellites for a few weeks. One day, I fell through the roof, attic, sheetrock, and then landed on the living room table. I decided at that point, this was not for me. Joe, you tend to be a little bit more handy than me. I'm guessing he or she stepped in the wrong area.
Exactly. Yeah. Where there was no supports and just down you go.
Boy, you want to talk about alarming. It reminds me of that scene from Christmas Vacation where Chevy Chase is up in the attic. And luckily, he falls through, but there's a bunk bed. So he's kind of like, oh, okay, this poor guy. And you know what else? These are the things that I want to know more of, was somebody at home. Because picture the poor housewife who may has a couple toddlers, and they're watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse eating their little carrots and goldfish. And all of a sudden, smelly DirecTV guy comes falling through the ceiling and lands on the coffee table. And here's the other thing. Apparently, no major physical damage is reported in this story.
There was definitely someone there.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. I used to work for Dish Network.
So somebody has to be there.
Yeah.
How do you start the apology on that deal? All right, boredom wins is the next one. I was bored, and so I decided to run past the entire deli counter screaming to get to the sink when I lit my shirt on fire. There were at least 15 customers in line. What? The person was bored, runs past the entire deli counter. So they work in a deli. Oh, I see. The way this is written is poorly. Okay. Idiot's working at a deli, gets bored, lights his shirt on fire, and has to panic and run to the bathroom to splash water on the shirt. And he does this, or she does this, in front of 15 customers. Okay. And finally, I guess he ended without a job. Not mine, but a coworker's. I used to work at a manufacturing plant where we manufactured large televisions. The company just received a shipment of 50 104-inch screens from a vendor. A brand new employee was charged with transporting and stacking the TVs. Just as he was stacking the 50th television screen, it slipped out of his hands. It fell and shattered all 50 screens. In the first 4 hours of his job, he destroyed more than $2 million worth of TVs and set back our production by weeks.
Hello, Prudential.
So I'm not a believer in quitting, except for when it's absolutely necessary. And I want to say that this is a time where you just walk in and go, I'm gonna go ahead and take off. And I think it's probably only appropriate that you don't pay me for the first 4 hours at which I cost you $2 million. Oh my gosh. All right, there it is.